Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video this morning. It's been something I've thought about quite often, but I never really thought too much to make a video about it. And it just keeps creeping back in my mind as I go throughout my days, just lost in thought and meditation. And I think this is kind of, I don't know, a lot of people are going to probably be thinking I'm absolutely crazy, which most probably already do. But this is something that I really think that the world has lost track of, and I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with me on this, but just hear me out. This is kind of something just to ponder on, think about. How are you living your life? Are you living your life by your guidelines, or are you living your life by society's guidelines? And I'm not talking about laws, like as far as breaking the laws and committing crimes, or just living your life freely by your will, by your beliefs, and by your heart. Honestly, when I look at science, my major is in wildlife biology right now, but my mind's been torn, my heart's been torn. Like, I go back and forth between science and the metaphysical, and what I feel, what my intuition is. And science tells us, and society tells us, that some of these ideas just aren't realistic. And when we delve into the word realistic, all it is a word. It's something that man created to explain something to the best of their abilities, as well as many other of the things that we believe in this world and that we follow. People say that spirits and ghosts don't exist, but yet there's people that have seen them. And science would tell us that maybe these people need to be on medication, they're schizophrenic, they're delusional, there's just something mentally not right with them. But who were the ones to create these characteristics and define them by a mental illness? That was man. There is many religions out there, and I am not knocking any single one of them. I believe that religion and the belief systems by religion are good ways to live our lives. But the one thing that it keeps coming up into my mind is, who are the ones telling us that these are the rules that we have to follow? And I believe that was man. Yes, these prophets had their experiences with what they believed was God, and I personally have had experiences myself like that. But when we dive deeper into religion, they start creating rules that benefit themselves, saying this is it, this is how it's going to be, this is how it's always going to be. And we just have to I'm not saying anybody else has to, but I believe that I have to go by my own experiences. I can't listen to any more of what people say, and this is how faith is supposed to be. These prophets, they all had their own experiences, and they told others about them. And the others found out that, hey, that's amazing. I believe you. We should follow this path. This is a good way to live. And what keeps coming to my mind is, I've never seen, at least in the religion that I followed, I was once a non-denominational Christian. I still have beliefs in the God that the Christians follow, but I also believe in many other aspects of it that the Christian beliefs don't follow. I never once saw in the Bible saying that these are the only prophets, the only people that are going to have experiences with the God, and these are the ones that we have to follow. Nowhere have I read that. Jesus Christ. He was the Son of Man, the Son of God. Like, he was here to represent all of us, and did so with his sacrifice. And that's great. Like, I really, it's an amazing, wonderful belief to follow. And I'm not saying it never happened, because I believe that he did live, and I believe he did sacrifice himself for his God. And I think that the people that saw this, again, this is all man. I'm speaking as man, not as in I'm all losing my train of thought. I'm not talking about man as far as in, sex goes. I'm talking about man as in representing the whole human race. When we have our own feelings and beliefs, we get torn. We get torn by society. We get torn by religion, saying that what we're doing or how we're living our life is wrong based on those beliefs. Those beliefs were created by man, and I fully feel that, some of the beliefs are very good ways in to live your life. But I also believe that we have to step outside the box. Like, there is so much more out there if we listen to ourselves. We have to listen to that inner voice telling us, no, this is the right thing to do. This is the right way to follow. This is the right path. I moved to Oregon on a whim. I decided one day after I had a relationship end and that I was going to move to Oregon. And at the time I lived in Kansas City, and I told my family, I said, I'm going to go move to Oregon. And I asked my boss if I can go out here to look for a place to live and to see if I can find a job to transfer to. And so this was the middle of wintertime, and I think it was December 2009. I got in my car and I drove from Kansas City to Oregon. In about 2.5 days, I drove through blizzard weather in a little tiny Kia Spectra on a little 2 to 4 lane highway all the way across. And even in one of the states, it was so cold that I woke up to the door frozen on the inside from the ice of condensation. But it didn't deter me. Like, I got in my car. For some reason, other people's cars wouldn't start, probably because it was way too cold. I got in my car, it started right up, and I hit the road on the second day. And that day, I was driving across, I forget what states they were, but there was a snowstorm on the north side of the road, north side of the highway, and the south side of the highway, but there was a clear blue strip of sky right above me. And I believe that was my guide telling me that I needed to be in Oregon. And I made it here safely. The first day I went out looking for a job, I found one at the first place I stopped at. They actually didn't even bother interviewing me. I stepped foot in the front door. HR just got into the building. She walked in right behind me, actually, and just talked to me right in the front door mezzanine area, and said, "Yeah, we'll take you." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So that was another sign saying this is where I belong. And then also on top of that, she ended up calling some friends in that same amount of time and found me a place to live that day. So within 2 days of driving and getting out here to Oregon, I was able to find a place to live, a job, and I was able to set up my new life. People back in Kansas were telling me I'm crazy. They're like, "What are you doing? Why are you going out there? You don't have a job, you don't have a place to live, you don't know anybody." And I'm like, I just have to be here. Something was telling me I had to be here, and I did, and it happened, and I am living proof. And I've been here for 5 years now, living well. And there's been roadblocks along the way, but I've been overcoming them pretty darn quickly because I feel like this is my home. This is where I belong. And if we can build this mentality and just follow our guiding hearts that are telling us no, this is what I need to be doing. But people have to fight that battle within, saying, no, I have a family to take care of, I have bills to pay, and society tells me that I need a well-paying job. This is how much I have to make to support a family and whatnot. And actually, that's not true. That's another thing that man tells us that we must do in order to make it in this life. And I personally believe if you have this dream in mind to do something, that you should follow your heart, and it will not steer you wrong. And every single sign along the way will point to that you're right on the right track, where you need to be in your life, what you need to do to follow that path to make you happy. And don't let the constrictions of mankind and society fight that battle inside your head, telling you, no, this is not what I should be believing, and I should not, I should feel bad about what I believe and what I'm experiencing, and that maybe I'm crazy, and just all these feelings and thoughts come from what man tells us we are supposed to be doing. And if we don't follow these rules, that we are not living our lives the way we are supposed to. So what I would like to do is encourage you all, the next time you get any sort of intuition about something that you should do with your life, just take it. The worst that can happen, and this is what I told myself when I left Kansas City, is I can always go back. If it doesn't work out, I can always go back. I have a family that'll be there to support me, that won't leave me stranded here at Oregon if I can't find a job, if I don't have the money to make it back. I'm not going to be able to get back. And they actually, I don't think there's any family out there, if you have a family that you're close to, that will leave you somewhere stranded to wither away or disappear. They'll be there to help you out. And I'm not saying that they should be obligated to do so, but I think their love enough for you will make that happen. So don't be scared, don't be frightened that you can't do the things you want to do in this life. Right now, I'm still going to school to be a wildlife biologist, but I feel in my heart that I need to be doing something else. Now, I've already set in motion the manifestations of this life that I want for myself, and right now I'm just in limbo, waiting for the results to come, and I can see them coming in my mind. I can feel them coming. I know they're just around the corner. Is there a chance that they might not come? Yeah, there's a good chance, but I'm going to follow this path of wildlife biology until those doors open. And some of them already have. I walked through, and now I just have to wait for the rest to come to me. And I'd like to keep you guys all updated on this. My dream, what I'd like to be doing, is doing Reiki more and practicing on people and animals. I want to be out in nature. I see myself just traveling the country, just exploring the woods and the Appalachians and the Pacific Crest Trail. I see all of this. I see myself just living a good life on my own property, growing my own food, living in love, finding my life mate, being happy. It's all going to happen. I know it is. I can feel it coming, and it is a wonderful feeling. And if you guys by chance continue to follow me and you see that this doesn't happen, you can point the finger and say I was wrong. I mean, it's not a very nice thing to do, but you're welcome to do so. And just follow your hearts, guys. Follow that love, that spark inside, that desire to do something great with yourself. You don't have to have these corporate jobs. You don't have to have work from 9 to 5. It's not something that we as beings should have to do to live a good life. And there are other ways to go about living a good life, like sustainable living, cooking and growing your own food. It saves you time and money. Like if you lived to support yourself and your family, you could do that at home by growing your food, selling your food, trading it. You can earn money that way. You can buy the clothes for your family that way. You can buy the necessities they need to survive, and just take the chance. Follow your heart. Follow that spark. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It was definitely one that's been in the works for some time. I just never had a chance to sit down and get it out there to you guys. And the next video I have is going to be a really interesting subject, at least to me it is. I don't know if you guys find this interesting. I think I only have like 7 or something followers right now. But if you guys like this video, please feel free to share. Subscribe if you'd like to. I'd love to reach out to as many people as possible. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I'm sure it's probably a long one, but I really appreciate it if you guys take the time to watch the entire thing, because I think you do have the time, and if you don't, it might be something that man has told you you don't have time for. So just something to think about. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.